Welcome to Bourbon School. I'm Lauren.
And I'm Brian, and today we're kind of flying blind. I bought a bottle I know nothing about.
Hey, that's fun.
Yeah, and
Let's do it. Why
we're
not?
gonna find out. Coming up next.
Brian,
Yes,
you just picked this up randomly.
I did. I was crazy.
What about
To be fair, I peer pressured him.
She
Really?
totally did. I was like, I don't know, because it was like $70, right?
That's a lot,
$70
yeah.
is $70 is a lot spent on a flyer, guys. But-
Okay, so what about HK Young Bourbon Company did you find? What compelled you to buy this?
Okay, so this bottle showed up at Sheridan Liquor and Wine right up the road,
Hi,
like
Kathy.
a month or two ago. And it was like it's a nice bottle, right?
It
got
does
this
look
nice
nice. I
wooden
like it. I
top
like
on
the
it.
leaves.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really nice looking bottle. I
Yeah.
like it. And I had never heard of it before. So I was like, I wonder if I should try this. And the price kind of put me off of it. And then I actually texted some of our friends, our whiskey tube friends, and they had never heard of it. So finally, I went in this week and I was like, you know what? We're just going to try it.
Something just about this
Yeah.
just drew you. I mean,
Yes.
it was like a vampire.
Yeah.
I must have.
I had to invite it in.
Yes.
And I've invited
You
it
invited
into my
it
home
in.
now.
Nice
Thank
reference.
you,
Those of
thank
you
you.
watching,
I like it.
What we do in the shadows,
Yes.
we'll get that reference.
Oh,
So,
love that show. Rest in peace.
We're still on it. So.
we're like season 4, I think. So, okay. So I did buy it. Now, something that intrigued me about it, after I saw it in the store, went home and did a little research, they exclusively deal in toasted barrel bourbons.
He even went back for it.
Yeah.
All right.
So that is kind of cool.
That is cool.
So we like finished, we like toasted, double oaked, all that kind of stuff. So this was something that I was like, okay,
You
fine,
thought
I'm
we would
trying
like it. Yeah.
So they're based in Kentucky, but they do source. Now, where do they source from? So I have seen two different. I have heard two different. I have heard that they source from Bardstown Bourbon Company, and I've heard that they source from Barton.
Oh, okay.
Either way, they source from Kentucky distillers. Maybe it could be more than one. Maybe it's both. But basically, they buy the bourbon in bulk, and then they finish it in their own toasted barrels that they've worked on with this independent stave company. And so they've got 3 different kinds of toasted barrels that they use, and then they take those 3 toasted bourbons and blend them into one delicious,
Frankenstein.
allegedly delicious bottle. Yeah, it is like a
Allegedly.
Frankenstein toasted bourbon. So anyway, this one is batch 2. I don't know if it's batch 2. It's just batch 1 Gambit, batch 2. So it's called Panacea.
All right. Well, my back hurts and so does yours, so let's take it.
They're basically saying that bourbon cures all ills.
Cures all.
So let's get into it and give it a try. This is 114.4 proof, and it's barrel strength. It's aged 6 years. So let's give it a try. Marianne and I drank it the other day. We did to the pour, and I found it to be very hot, and was hard to get something past the heat. But I'm giving it another shot.
I said in our text group that I would take one for the team
It smells fantastic.
since nobody had heard of it before.
I get
Okay.
I'm getting like nutty pecans
Yeah.
on the nose, and then kind of toasty roasty bourbon.
Yeah, it does drink hot, but I like it. It doesn't.
Yeah.
It's not turning me off of the bottle. I think it's good hot. I like it. Let's see. What else am I getting here?
Yeah, I think I think it definitely drinks hotter than the 114. Like the heat is the first thing you get right off the bat. But
Oh boy.
I'm turning into a bourbon D-bag, I think.
That's
guys.
fine. It happens to everybody. You do it long enough.
Salted caramel. Not just caramel, salted caramel.
Okay, that's interesting that you said that, because what I was getting was, you know how when you go to the fair and they have the nut stand,
Yeah.
like the Bavarian nuts? I always go there because I love it. I get the cashews, the
Always
almonds.
goes to the nut stand.
Yeah, the nut stand is the best. And once you get those warm nuts into your mouth.
Oh, you can't stop. Can't stop.
Because, well,
won't
this is
stop.
the balance that I'm getting in this bourbon,
Okay.
is that it has kind of like a sweet nuttiness
Yeah.
to it. But it's also hot. So I think it's pretty good. I like the balance there.
Yeah, and it is there. I feel like for being a bourbon, I mean, 6 years isn't young, but it's not exactly an old man.
Mm-hmm.
I think for a 6-year bourbon, you're getting layers of flavor, I feel like, in here. You can definitely get the sense that it is a toasted, like you're getting some of those roasty flavors in it. I can't get past the salted caramel flavor. Like it's not a bad thing. It's just the main thing I'm getting is the heat and the salted caramel. But you do get like some buttery flavors. It almost has a drying effect on your tongue.
It does. Yeah, it does a little bit.
Like a bourbon that's much older.
Yeah.
You know, like oaky.
You're right. It kind of does taste like an older bourbon.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it does. It doesn't have. I might kind of articulate this. It's like almost you know how like when you drink Chardonnay, you're like,
Yes.
it does that a little bit, and I think maybe it's coming
It's
from
like
the
that
heat. Yeah, it kind of sucks all the
effect on your
moisture.
palate. Yes.
Yeah, out of your mouth, but it has a long finish, a nice bourbon hug, but the flavor doesn't linger for too long.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't stick around. I'm getting a pleasant,
Afterburn.
sweet burn in the back of my throat, but your
It's
palate.
pleasant is a good way to describe this. I like it.
I do.
If you could go back and tell past Brian, no, stay away from that HK Young Bourbon Company, what would you say? Would you try something else that you haven't tried, or like what do you think about the price versus the taste?
I think I would. I think I am not mad about buying it because I got to try it, and it's not like I've paid $60 or $70 for bourbons that are much worse.
Yeah, I would give this a solid like B plus.
Yeah, I'd give it a B or a B plus. Also, I think it's really solid. The price. Am I going to buy a second one?
Probably not.
Probably not.
You'd rather try something else.
I would try something else from them though. Like I would try a different expression or a different batch because this was good enough to try, and I would try
this is a
another
good
one.
introduction, really,
Yeah.
because we haven't tried this and nobody seems to have just popped up.
Yeah, I literally like the entire Whiskey 6. I texted them. Nobody had ever heard of it. So
all right, it's a solid opener from them.
I think so, and I'll try more for sure. So let us know if you've tried. If you're one of the few people who have tried it, because we really can't find anybody who's tried it. Let us know what you think of HK Young and their toasted barrel batches.
Yes, and if you liked our video, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and ring the bell for notifications.
So you never miss another episode of Bourbon School. Cheers. With your empty glass.
I guess I liked
She's
it.
been emptying every glass in every film.
Don't tell on me.
I love it.